lovely people of YouTube and Spotify. This is Red Part 4, and if you're watching this on YouTube, um, the background footage is Destiny 2 for a very specific reason, and if you're listening on Spotify, as always, there is no background video. And so I don't even need to beat around the bush. You saw the title of the thumbnail, and I'm sure you heard about all the news as of today, well, yesterday, when this goes up on YouTube. Um, Destiny 2 will be getting its final content update on June 9th, which I will be playing. I will stream it for as long as I can. I believe I have to work that day because I've never been off on a Tuesday, so I won't be able to cover it for long. But I'm very upset. I'm upset for a multitude of reasons. One being that, well, I'm just going to get into it in this podcast. This is going to be me talking about it, and I'm going to read the article as well for all of you. I think the best course of action right now would to be to read the article. So, that being said, I will just pull it up right now. They put out a post today, which is May 21st, and the title was Destiny 2. Every end is a new beginning. For almost 12 years, we have had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all. Through all the ups and downs, surprises, and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. First of all, I want to say I'm really upset about that. The reason why is, there's more to it. They're going to do moments of triumphs like Destiny 1. They'll start June 9th. They're going to bring back the Pantheon, but with a lot of things. I don't care I've read the article and like, I have a lot of feelings about all of this. I have a hard time believing that this is the end. I don't want it to be the end. The reason I'm so upset about it, as upset about it as I am, is realistically because there's multitude of reasons, and I'm going to explain right now. My first one, which is I think my biggest one, is that Destiny 2 is incomplete for two reasons. And I'm going to say reason one: we are missing so many campaigns, and I'm going to go through them. We are missing the campaign that this game launched with, Red War, and we're missing so many things from that expansion. We're missing Curse of Osiris, Warmind, And, we're missing those planets. We're missing Io, Titan, Mercury, Mars. We're missing the Tangled Shore, which includes the campaign Forsaken. And alongside that, we're missing 3 campaigns that came with Forsaken, being, Black Armory, Season of the Drifter, and Season of Opulence. And the content those brought in. And we're missing all the raids that came with. We still have Shadowkeep, but we're missing the raids that came out during that time, and we're missing the seasons that came out during that time. Undying, Dawn, Worthy, Arrivals. With these gone, there's so much of the Destiny story that we're missing, and that's not even to include the rest of the seasons that we're missing. Hunt, Chosen, Splicer, Lost, Risen, Haunted, Plunder, Seraph, Defiance, Deep, Witch, Wish, Echoes, Revenant, Heresy. All of these campaigns are important to the story as we know it, and none of it is replayable. Many of these activities from these game modes are still here. From these seasons are still here. But these campaigns are gone. It's an incomplete game. And they're walking away from it without putting these things in. How could you, as a developer, be able to developers walk away from that? And I know that's not actually the developer's choice. I'm sure that if it was purely the developers' decisions, that they would have at least tried to add that stuff. I think at least that they would have tried. I would hope. I don't know. We're missing all of that. All of it. Could you imagine the state the game would be if they added all of that? Sure, the storage would be fucking insane. I know that. I know the storage would be big. But think about the amount of content that would be there for everybody to play. Think about it for a moment. It would be so much. Because I listed how many campaigns? Because I can look right now in Destiny, because they have a timeline that will let me tell you the amount of campaigns. I will count it here with you. I said Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind. I said Forsaken, Forge, Drifter, and Opulence. We're already at 7 campaigns. Undying, Dawn, Worthy, Arrivals. We're at 11 at this point. Hunt, Chosen, Splicer, Loss. We're at 15. You add another 4. That's 19. You add another 4. We're at 23. You add another 3. We're at 26 campaigns that are just not in the game. Could you imagine? Could you imagine for just a moment if we had the ability to play all of those campaigns whenever? On top of the campaigns that are still in the game. Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, Witch Queen, Lightfall, Final Shape, Edge of Fate, Renegades. That is 8 more upon 26. That'd be 34 campaigns people could play whenever they want. 24 campaigns for people to play. And it would be wonderful. It'd be magical. It would be, I guess, it would be a dream. For that what it is. It will never happen now. It can only happen in our dreams. After all of the things we've gone through in Destiny, after all of the things that we've done as Guardians, I wanted to just play soccer with my fire team one more time in the farm. I wanted to walk across the cliffs, scared without the light, finding civilians and reclaiming the light again. I wanted to destroy the Almighty and kill Gaul again one more time. I wanted to explore Titan, get scared by the bridge full of cursed thralls, clear out the hive, and fight my first Destiny 2 Fallen Walker on top of a rig that sits upon an ocean of methane. I wanted to go through Io and go through the moment of finding Zerf for the first time in Destiny 2 and fighting the Taken for the first time in Destiny 2. I'm pretty sure that's where you first fight the Taken in, or back then anyway. I want to be able to explore Hangman's Pass again. I want to be able to explore Mercury. Speak with Brother Vance. Travel the ice caves of Mars. And speak with Anna Bray. I want to be able to hunt down the killers of Cade 6 and see the purple skies of the Tangled Shore. I want to see all of the character growth one more time. And sure, you could say, you could just watch a YouTube video on it. You could just look at some old footage. But watching footage is nowhere near the same as experiencing it yourself. It's one thing to play, or it's one thing to watch someone play a game. It is an entirely different thing to sit there yourself, immerse yourself, and be there yourself. I don't want to see someone else's guardian do these things. I want to see me. My guardian has changed so much throughout the years. And I want to see her for how she is now, doing all of these amazing things. And I will never, ever get to do that. I will never get to see any of that again. And the thing that also hurts, the thing that I'm also upset about, is they started the Fate Saga. And as far as I'm aware, there is no Destiny 3 in sight. So that does mean we won't know the end of this story. We won't know how our story ends. We won't know what it meant to bind the Nine. We won't know what will happen with the Dredgens. We won't know any of this. At least for a long, long time. Since they're not going to update this game anymore after the 9th. I am extremely invested in the story. And from someone who is invested in this story like this, all of this was soul crushing. The way this has been handled, the way everything has been handled, has been so fucking poor that, like, I legitimately don't think I ever want to support. My issues with upper management, my issues with all of these different things. I have an issue with, like, the management and how everything's been handled because it is piss poor. It is downright horrible. And the fact that it was handled in such a shitty way, I don't ever want to buy a product from Bungie again. I don't think I do. I've completely lost faith. Unless, because they say they have more announcements as we approach the date. Unless they decide to announce that, oh, by the way, we are adding all of that back, I'd be at least a little, like, I'd be a little okay, because at least I could sit down with my friends who haven't gotten to experience that story before, whether because they just weren't into the game at the time or they just couldn't buy that stuff at the time. They could finally experience those stories, and I could experience them again and make new memories with my friends now. But not with this game anyway. And I hate it. It sucks. Not the game. I love this game. I hate that it ended in this way. I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. I'm upset. I'm honestly more upset than I was when it was announced that Rooster Teeth was shutting down. I mean, you can go watch my podcast that I uploaded the week that happened. I did that episode with Hawk, and I probably could have gotten somebody on to this episode to talk with me about it, but like, I don't know. A lot of people have dropped Destiny, and I'm not gonna lie, for very good reasons. I would drop Destiny if I was them. But like, I'm so invested in the characters and the world and the story that I was just holding on to hope that it would be better, that things would get better. But as always with the things in my life, my hope was misplaced. And my hope and my want for things just ended up getting me hurt instead. I just... I don't want to see this world go. I care about it too much. I love Destiny so much. And the fact that, like, they've done this is, I'm not mad that they're shutting the game down. Or not shutting it down, but ceasing the, I guess you could say, the live service aspect. I'm not upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that they're doing it when we're left with so many unanswered questions. We're left with the game in a state that is not finished. And like, there is a good amount of content right now. You know, there's a decent amount of content. But imagine how much there would be if they just added it all back. You know, I wouldn't mind if it got a little repetitive, because it's like, oh, I don't want to fish right now on Nessus. That's okay, I'll go replay Red War. Oh, I don't feel like playing a campaign right now? That's okay, I'll play one of the many raids that are in the game. Oh, I don't have enough members for a fire team for a raid? I'll go replay one of the seasonal campaigns. Oh, I don't feel like playing one of those right now? That's okay, I have a multitude of activities that I could play, or destinations I could explore, bounties I could take. Because they're going to be updating the destinations, I presume, to be functional like Kepler, where you can change the difficulty on them. So say you wanted to go to Nessus and put it on Legendary, you could. So then, like, hunting down enemies for, like, their loot and stuff like that would be worth it because they have the tier system now and they all have their unique armor perks. It's just the game was going to be finished. Or not the game was going to be finished, but were they going to continue, updating it? But we're not going to get that. We'll never know. I do think that the game is starting to bug because I do think there's a multitude of people on it right now for likely obvious reasons. Game's probably struggling to hold as many people as it can, given that so many people are on right now. There are people celebrating today. There are people celebrating because this game is going to be shut down. They're happy about it. And you know what? I hope they have a wonderful day. But for someone who wasn't a masochist and wasn't forcing themselves to play a game they hated, I'm rather sad because this game, well, I said it on a Tumblr post. I've spent 12 years playing Destiny. I've been playing it since the Dark Below was the newest expansion. And I'm not trying to sound like, oh, I'm better than you. I've been playing for so long. I started playing Destiny, I think, when I was like 11 or 12, and I'm going to be 24 this year. I've been playing it for half of my life, and I don't want it to go. And people come and people go, but like, I always thought I'd be able to explore this world that I love and see all of the mystery and wonder in it. I always thought I'd be able to hop in when an update dropped and see what new wonders there were to see the new connections that would be made with characters. But I guess it just wasn't meant to last. And, well, I don't want it to be the end. But it is going to be the end. I don't think this is the end for Destiny, because if it was, Sony would more than likely try to sell the IP, being Destiny, that is. To be fair, Sony would probably also just sit on the IP and just not do anything with it. I don't know. I truly don't. I feel really bad for the narrative team, for all of the developers. Hell, if you saw those like interviews with the narrative lead, Allison, she seemed extremely passionate about well, the story and the characters that she wanted to write with. And now that's just not going to happen. Unless, we get a surprise Destiny 3 announcement. But let's be honest with ourselves. That's not happening. And it probably won't happen for years. If ever. I don't want to be negative, but at this point, like, I don't have any faith in Bungie for good news anymore. I've lost all of it. All of the good faith that, all the faith that I had in Bungie is gone. And it's just, it sucks. Because I don't want to feel this way. But I do. And, that's just that, I guess. Something about Destiny as well that I want to take a moment to say is, I think sometimes we spend too much time on our sparrows and skimmers to look around and look at the world around us, see the beauty that we have, see the nature and all the set pieces. I mean, we're powerful gods in this game, but there's a lot of storytelling in the world around. A lot of things that could be said about it. And it's really neat. It's really interesting, honestly. I just wish we got to see more. I hope one day we get a Destiny 3. And if I'm confident that they can actually make it work, I'll get it and I'll play it. Because I know I'll want to see that story. Until then, I look at all of this with great sadness. I'm glad I got to experience Destiny. I'm glad I was here for all of it. And I wish it didn't end this way. But that being said, thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Rip's Talk Show. If you like what you saw, let me know. Comment whatever you want. And yeah, I would say tomorrow, but I'm trying to see what uploading every other day looks like for my channel. So the next upload should be Undertale. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening, and I'll see you in that video. Goodbye, everyone.